Hi, these are the new Sonos Era 100 and Era 300 speakers from Sonos. Should you get one or both? Let's find out. Without going into too much fuss, both speakers sound great. The Era 100 definitely tops its predecessor Sonos One and delivers an even more detailed and clearer sound. They move from mono sound in the Sonos One to stereo sound in the Era 100, with its two built-in tweeters also makes for a wider soundstage than before. Likewise, the Era 300, even though it has no real predecessor, performs brilliant. The sound while listening to normal music is warm, precise, and overall sounds just right. Both speakers also have the option to play ridiculously loud would you like to do so without creating too much distortion of the sound quality. The support for spatial sound, that being actually support for Dolby Atmos, also gives the Era 300 even more value for its pretty high price. The Era 100 comes in at $319 or £249, while the Era 300 will cost you a whole of $559 or £449. The price aside though, I'd say that the Atmos sound delivered from the Era 300 is actually really impressive. And to listen to Atmos music a whole workday, for then to go back and listen to normal music, definitely comes out as a step down in width and separation of different instruments as well as voice. Worth noting is though that the Atmos experience, even though being presented really well, might not be for everyone, at least not yet. Part because the offer of Dolby Atmos music is okay at best, part because you need to use a compatible streaming service like Apple Music or Amazon Music to even get a hold of the Atmos music, and part because the sound that is produced loses a little bit of its power and punch since it has to be split up into different channels. However, if you haven't experienced Atmos music before, I definitely give it a try if you have the chance, and the Era 300 is actually a great way to do so. Apart though from the actual sound, in my opinion, the best news and additions regarding both the Era 100 and Era 300 is firstly the ability to connect to either speaker using Bluetooth. Second, the possibility to finally use TruePlay to tune each speaker to your room layout using an Android phone and not just an iPhone like before is also a very welcome addition. And my personal favorite, the addition of a USB-C port on the back of each speaker. This can in turn be used for a variety of things. Upon the most interesting one is probably investing in a Sonos line-in adapter to be able to connect, for example, a vinyl record player straight into your Sonos system. The biggest downside to both speakers, however, is the lack of Google Assistant support, something that Sonos has no updates on, however it will ever be implemented. Instead, you are for now stuck with either Alexa or Sonos' own voice service called Sonos Voice Control, which works fine but is far from as developed as Google Assistant. A personal downside is also that Sonos Voice Control is not yet able to voice search in Spotify. However, for Apple Music, it for example works great. Design-wise, both speakers follows Sonos' normal design scheme, and both of them are available in a white and a black version. The Era 100 reminds a lot of the old Sonos One, except for that it is a bit taller. Both speakers have also gotten a new touch volume control where you can push on each side to increase or decrease the volume in small steps, or drag the finger along in between the buttons to increase or decrease the volume quicker. A nice solution that works good. The Era 300 got instantly labeled by my girlfriend as ugly until she heard the sound, and then it got to stay visible in the living room during the testing. Here Sonos says the design is a bit unorthodox because of that it helps these speakers perform at their best, something I'm not in a position to really question, and during the testing the design of the Era 300 has now definitely grown on both me and my girlfriend, who now wants to keep it, which she will not be able to. So to sum it up, the new Era speakers are both definitely worth checking out. If you want to just start your Sonos adventure, an Era 100 is probably now a great way to do so. So is though also the older Sonos One if you want to save some money, but the 100 definitely has both better sound and more features apart from the lack of Google Assistant. The Era 300 is without a doubt the way to go though if you want more sound and or are interested in listening to Dolby Atmos music. Personally, I'd go as far as to say that specifically the Era 300, despite the lack of Google Assistant and a bit of an old design, actually, and with all the new additions and the great sound, is probably the most complete Sonos speaker to be shipped out of their factory in a long time. And that is my take on the new Sonos Era 100 and Era 300 speakers. Please share any questions or thoughts in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, bye!